Hey, what's up everybody, Wes here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to install the Sentricon always active termite bait stations. Unfortunately, the Sentricon system isn't something that you can just go out to the store and buy. I was fortunate enough to get 28 bait stations with the Recruit HD bait on eBay, but this is normally reserved for the pest industry. Dow AgroSciences produces the Sentricon and the Recruit HD bait, and then they sell these through Orkin, Termiticide, and the various companies. So if you're able to get them on your own through eBay or any other website, I definitely recommend it. I paid right at $200 for the 28 stations, and initial setup through Termiticide or Orkin for a 28 station is actually going to run you somewhere around $300 to $350, give or take. But then they're also going to want to come and check it either monthly, quarterly, or maybe even yearly, depending on your situation. And that's going to run you another $300 to $400 a year. So right out the gate, if you can get this stuff online, you're going to save yourself a ton of money, especially if you're a do-it-yourselfer like me. And real quick, the whole reason that I'm making this video is because this past weekend, I actually found a few termites in my backyard underneath a decorative rock that I flipped over. There was quite a bit of termites under there. I flipped over the next rock, and there are even some more. So I've got a clip of those right here. I went ahead and treated those with borax solution. It's just borax mixed with water, and that will kill termites, but it's not going to eliminate the entire colony like the Sentricon system is going to. But without further ado, I'll go ahead and bust open the box that I just got in the mail today. I will show you the bait stations and explain how they work, and then I'll show you the best way to put them in the ground for maximum results. Alright, so here's the box that came in the mail today, the Sentricon always active bait stations, and then inside were the whole bag of 28 stations with the product or the bait already installed. So one of the actual stations looks just like this. You can see the bait is already inside. Basically, you'll need to be able to drill a 2-inch hole to put this down in the ground, and then the neck here will sit flush with the ground so that nothing else can get under there. Inside, we already have the bait installed. It's a very hard bait. It'll last up to a year underground, maybe more if it doesn't get super wet. But basically, this is going to be always active, meaning these are always going to be baited stations, so that anytime a termite or termite colony does happen to find this station, they're going to feed on this, and then it's not going to kill them instantly. They're going to take it back to their colony and pass it around, and then it's ultimately going to keep them from molting, which is going to result in their death and eventually the entire colony's death. So pretty crazy stuff there. Basically, by having the 28 stations installed, I'm just going to increase my chances of a termite actually finding one of the stations. Dow AgroSciences actually put out a pretty cool video. I'll show you a clip here, and it basically is just showing the termites eating or finding and then eating the product, and then distributing it among themselves through a process called prophylaxis, basically the sharing of food between each other, and then ultimately it's going to result in their demise. So the information that I'm giving in this video is straight from Dow AgroSciences technical manual on the installation of Sentricon, and I'll provide a link down below for that. But basically what they recommend is that every 10 feet around your house you place a bait station, and you want to keep it about 1 foot to 1.5 feet away from the foundation of your home. But once you get those spots marked out, then the fun part starts. That's when you're going to actually do the installation, and we're going to bring out the big guns. This is a 2-inch auger that you can get from Lowe's or Home Depot. It's basically made for planting bulbs, flowers and such, but I found out that it's actually perfect for installing the Sentricon system. Alright, so as I said, the auger is going to be your best method for installation. It's super easy, and all you're really going to do is dig a hole deep enough to accommodate your Sentricon system. You may have to measure it out or mark it on your particular auger, but you can really also test fit it. So now that we have our hole dug, instead of putting the Sentricon system straight into the ground, per the Dow AgroSciences technical manual, they also say that it's going to be helpful to take a piece of pre-cut cardboard that's dampened to actually wrap around the system. And basically, termites will eat cardboard, especially once it's damp and starts to break down. So that's a benefit to help attract them into the system. And it's also going to provide a better fitment for this 2-inch hole that we drilled. And also they said if you can get some kind of small furring strips, I just cut some pieces of wood here, some untreated wood through my table saw, and you can wedge those in on either side, and that's really just going to help attract termites into this system. And then we'll get everything pushed in super flush as we can, and then it's a perfect fit from there. Later on, once everything's installed, you can come and turn these lids. You'll probably need some kind of a little key to turn this, but it's simple. You'll actually be able to come in and just pull out the bait periodically and check it and make sure if it's been eaten or not. And on the bottom of this bait, you'll notice a little circle on the bottom of the puller, and if the bait ever wears down to that diameter or smaller, it's time to replace the bait. But other than that, you'll get everything installed so that the bait trap is always active. Lock it up. Make sure this lip is as flush as possible. That way bugs don't get up and underneath these cracks. I'll actually kind of wind up going back and fitting this a little bit better so that it's smooth like it is right here. And here's a close-up of our finished product. We've made sure that we've sealed up all the edges of the lip so that no bugs can get underneath, and it's sitting completely flush with the ground. So this is an ideal setup. You want to make sure that you take great care when you're installing these to make sure that you don't have any gaps. Definitely give you some peace of mind knowing that you have this in place. And just another quick thought on the cardboard that we put in there. You can see here I have pretty heavy clay soil, but if you live somewhere in the coastal regions that have more sand in your soil, you're going to actually find that to be a better method. That way you don't get as much debris inside the bait station when you're installing it initially. But that's it for now, guys. I'm going to get everything installed, and as I said, if I find any termites, I'll be showing those in a later video. As an added precaution, I'm going to be coming back in a follow-up video here shortly with my application of Termitor SC. You might have heard of the generic Taurus SC, but it's basically a liquid barrier protector that you're going to put all around the perimeter of your house. You'll dig a small trench and then pour it in, and I'll be doing a in-depth video on that as well.